or insects were harmed in the making of this program, and that none of the training you're about to see be attempted unless under expert supervision.
8 Brainees, 1 challenge. To use complex mass of 100 billion cells we call brain for chance to win Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. This is Brain-Jitsu. Born in Lancashire, trained in Japan, with mind as sharp as samurai sword. He is Brain Master. He is the sensei.
Konnichiwa, and welcome to Brain-Jitsu. Mental training specially designed to boost brain power and focus. My trainees, or Brainees, have been following a basic programme of training in the comfort of their own home. A brain-boosting routine of exercise, sleep, and enough fruit and veg to stock a greengrocers.
I've got a really good memory and I think it's going to help me today.
Training really helped me know what to expect and how made me confident.
I'm feeling quite relaxed, but on the other hand, I'm feeling quite nervous.
Now my Brainees must put their training into practice by testing a part of the brain we use every day.
Level 1. Yellow vault.
Take a look at all these chocolates. Yummy. But how many white rabbits are there? If you got 6, then congratulations. You've just used your occipital lobes. This area, the seeing part of our brain, allows us to recognise and separate images from each other. The 7 Brainees who use their occipital lobes the best will be allowed to enter my Brain-Jitsu dojo, where their training will continue. The one who fails will be left outside. Oh, feel the burn.
Enter the dojo!
Our Brainees must answer 4 questions by studying the different shapes on the board in front of them. Get the questions right and they'll be left with a 4-digit code, which they must then use to unlock a piece of brain and secure their place in the dojo. But with only 7 pieces of brain and 8 Brainees, one of either Desann, Rikin, Zeinab, Peter, Jemma, Bethany, Jack or Layla will be left outside and eliminated. A bang of the gong reveals the 4 questions. How many green shapes are there? How many circles are there? How many blue shapes with green numbers are there? How many green numbers are there? The answer our Brainees are looking for is 6945. First off her stool is Bethany, with Jemma and Zeinab not far behind. Faster than you can say spicy salmon sushi, more of our Brainees join them, leaving just Jack and Rikin still at the bar. Spooky kabuki. Both think they've found the code, but Rikin just squeezes Jack out. And it's Bethany who's first to crack that combination, quickly followed by Desann and Layla. A quick reminder of that code our Brainees are searching for. It's 6945, as there are 6 green shapes, 9 circles, 4 blue shapes with green numbers, and 5 green numbers. With 2 more Brainees safely through, it's now a 3-way contest between Zeinab, Jemma and Jack for that last piece of brain. That's it, Brainees. Work those occipital lobes. At last, Zeinab pops her lock, leaving Jemma and Jack to battle it out for the last place in the dojo. Unbelievable! For the 2nd time, Jack's been beaten to the brain. Has his chance gone? No, Jemma's still not found that code, giving Jack another go. But he's not found it either. And this time Jemma makes no mistake, meaning that she's in and Jack's out. While 7 have proven themselves worthy of entering the dojo and continuing their brain training, for Jack, it's the end of the road.
I was feeling quite nervous because,
It was the final two and I really wanted to get through. If I could do it again, I would look at it more and not worry so much about the other person getting it right, and I'd just concentrate on myself a bit more.
So, with 6 levels to go, it's time for Bethany, Desann, Layla, Rikin, Peter, Zeinab and Jemma to receive their yellow brain belts.
It was just amazing when I finally got that code and I got it into the piece of brain and everything. It's great.
I was so relieved when the lock opened. I was like, yes!
When I'm in the training room, I'm gonna never talk around or mess around. Just wanna get that done and get the black belt.
Brain-Jitsu!
In this next level of training, things are gonna get really hard.
Level 2, orange belt.
We do things every day without even thinking about it, like throwing a ball. The next time you're with your mates, try throwing it with the arm you wouldn't normally use. Yeah, a lot more difficult, isn't it? If you manage to do that, you're using part of your brain that deals with problem solving, the frontal lobes. And that's what level 2 is all about. Taking something you normally do without thinking and doing it differently. Work it. To prepare them for using their frontal lobes in the next challenge, my Brainees are gonna need some training.
Room of mental nourishment.
This is the room of mental nourishment, where our young hopefuls will train their brains between every task. While there's nothing to stop our Brainees from kicking back and helping themselves to some of the tempting treats on offer, the more seriously they take their training, the better prepared they'll be for the challenges that lie ahead. And in level 2, that challenge is all about getting their brains to think in a new way.
Brain training. Write the name of the brainee you think will win the black belt. Write backwards using the hand you don't normally write with.
By having to do something they'd normally do without thinking, our Brainees are going to really have to work their frontal lobes.
It's really hard. I can't get a straight line.
That's one vote for Bethany, and another, and another. It looks as though we've got our hot favourite.
Bethany, because she won the last round, so it's possible she'll win the next round. Has anyone written that my name?
Never mind, Rikin. Time for a training tip.
Picture the word in front of you before you write it. Think about each individual letter.
If you want to work your frontal lobes, try writing backwards at home like Desann is right now. It'll help improve your all-round focus. Meanwhile, not content with simply writing backwards, Zeinab's had an idea.
Who can actually say their name backwards?
Nice one, Brainees.
I enjoyed that task because I thought it was quite easy.
Who do you think's gonna win the next challenge?
I wrote Bethany, and then I think Bethany will win because she won the first round.
So, will Brainy Bethany live up to expectations? And will Keen Layla find the next task quite so easy? It's time to find out as our 7 Brainees now put their frontal lobe training to the test. Guardian of the dojo and task adjudicator the Sheehan will now demonstrate the level 2 challenge.
Touchy-feely boxes.
Inside 7 boxes is hidden item, 5 of which match with item on shopping list. Brainees must take in turns to reach into each box and guess what inside. Not by looking, but by feeling. If they think that item matches with one on list, they must try to remember number of box it is in. Once Brainee have felt all 7 boxes, then have 15 seconds to identify which box they are in. Brainee with least number of correct answer will be eliminated from dojo.
My Brainy tip for this task is to focus on just the items on the list and mentally tick them off as they feel each box. Work those frontal lobes. If you want to know what our Brainees don't, here's what's on their shopping list today. In purple box number 4, we have biscuits. In blue box number 2, a banana. In green box 3, we have a carrot. Cotton wool is in orange box number 5. And in red box number 7, an orange. But there are also 2 distractions for our Brainees. In pink box number 1 are mealworms, and in yellow box 6, a tennis ball. And if that wasn't enough to make our Brainees think differently, you'll also have noticed we've jumbled up the box numbers. 3, 2, 1, it's go on the gong. Brainees have just 5 seconds to identify each item before moving on to the next box. Not being able to see the items, the challenge for our Brainees is to use their training to think in a new way. Their hands must become their eyes as they focus solely on their sense of touch. So, has Brainy Bethany worked out that this box is full of bickies? Can keen Layla remember that cotton wool is in box number 5? Surely Desann's frontal lobes have told her that she's caressing a carrot. It's not going to bite you, Peter. It's only a banana. Zeinab's not sure about those mealworms. And will Jemma confuse the tennis ball in 6 with the orange in 7? Time's up. Our Brainees have 15 seconds to work out their answers. Here's that list again. And here are the box numbers. There's the final gong. So, who's benefited from their training and allowed their brains to think in a new way? Bethany matched 4 items with the correct box. Desann matched 3, as did Layla. Rikin matched all 5 items. Peter matched 4. Zeinab also matched all 5 items. But Jemma only matched 1, which means that it's Jemma whose focus was found wanting and who must now hand over her brain belt and leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
I'm feeling disappointed, and I feel that I could have got to level 3, or if I tried really extra hard, then I could have got to the black belt.
So with 5 levels to go, it's Bethany, Desann, Layla, Rikin, Peter and Zeinab who go on to get their orange brain belts.
I enjoyed this game because when I put my hands in the box of maggots, I thought they were actually grated pieces of cheese.
Felt pretty confident, and then I started having doubts. Is it 2 or 3 or 3 or 2? Wait, is it 7 or 4? Something like that. And I was like, oh no.
The fact that I didn't do so well in this round makes me more determined to do better in the next one I do.
Brain-Jitsu. Brainy, not so brainy.
Who's the clever clogs and whose brain needs a lot more training? Money, dosh, wonga, moolah makes the world go round. Or is that love? Anyway, see this geezer with the beard, Mr. Richard Branson? He set up his first business at the tender age of 16 and has since cashed in an estimated £4 billion, which he uses to fund some unusual hobbies, like breaking world records in hot air balloons and building rockets to send people into space. Ka-ching! Right, off to the USA now, and someone who's not quite so clever with the cash. A bloke in his mid-30s walks into a shop, buys some grub and pays the cashier. Sounds pretty run-of-the-mill, except for one thing. He only goes and tries to pay with $1 million note. What a wonga wally. Brainy Richard Branson. Not so brainy, $1 million note nitwit.
Brain-Jitsu.
Competition in Brain-Jitsu dojo hotting up. Only 6 Brainees now remain to battle out under watchful eye of Shihan. Brainy Bethany, first to enter dojo. Desann, steady throughout. Keen Layla. Peter. Rikin.
I'm just gonna never talk around or mess around, so I'm gonna get that done and get the black belt.
And Zeinab.
I was so relieved when the lock opened. I was like, yes!
Challenge is about to get tougher. Only 2 Brainees will make final test. Table of Supreme Focus, where must move ball with power of mind for chance to win Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. It's time for Level 3. Result!
Now, we all like to chat, but did you know that using words to communicate is one of the main reasons why our brains have grown so incredibly powerful? And that having a conversation exercises both halves of the brain. Now, if all that's doing your head in, allow me to explain. Imagine you're on a movie set where each crew member is focusing on their own particular job. But the director, he has to be aware of what everyone's doing. It's the same with the brain. There's the left half, which deals with the details.
And there's the right half, which looks at the overall picture.
This next level of training strengthens my Brainees' focus by working one half of their brain under pressure. Hey, pump it up!
Room of mental nourishment.
It's our Brainees' second visit to the room of mental nourishment, where once again they'll train for the next challenge, which, remember, is all about using the two halves of the brain to communicate.
Brain training. Get into two groups. One group describes the picture in front of them, the other group draws it.
In F3, draw in the middle a small circle.
So, while one group will use the right side of the brain to explain how to draw their teddy bear, the other group must use the left side of their brain to interpret their words. The describers take it in turns to give instructions.
In the top right-hand corner and the bottom left-hand corner of D3, draw a curved line, bouncing up, basically.
Bouncing up? Peter's instructions only seem to be confusing the issue.
And then do the same in C3, but pushing down.
Can you repeat that? C3, just put a mirror image of it.
Pretty soon, our drawing team are looking more muddled than a bowl of noodles. Brainy Bethany decides to take over.
In C3, from the left top hand corner to the right bottom hand corner, do a curvy line. In D3, in the top left right hand corner to the bottom left hand corner, you do a curvy line.
Is it a duck?
Not quite. Time for a training tip.
Here's a tip. Use short, clear instructions. Imagine yourself hearing them.
In other words, our guiders must think exactly what information the others need. Because good communication is all about putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
The rugby ball on D and C and 3 and 4, kind of do another one on top of that.
Is it a penguin? No.
But all this time, Zeinab hasn't really been taking part. Instead, she's been happy to take a back seat and let her fellow Brainees do the drawing.
Is it a bell? Something to do with Christmas?
Yeah.
Well done, Brainees.
They said a rugby ball, and that looks like a rugby ball, but it was more like an oval.
I did think I did quite a good job, because it was a bit of a cartoon rugby ball.
You said a rugby ball, you didn't say nothing like a cartoon rugby ball.
I said a cartoon rugby ball.
I think Peter isn't going to get through the next round.
It doesn't matter what anyone says, I have got the determination to get through the next round.
Will determine Peter's prediction come true? Will Brainy Bethany's good communication skills be enough to see her through to the next level? And will Zeinab regret not getting more involved? It's time to find out as our 6 now put their communication training to the test.
Balloon pop, number drop.
This is test of communication skill. So, 6 Brainy must first divide into teams of 2 by drawing chopsticks. Quickly as possible, teams must burst 6 balloons containing number which go together to form sum. Pairs need to decide who is guider, who is popper. With popper unable to see under helmet, they will be relying on guider to help them burst balloon. When all balloon popped, Brainees stop clock by shouting Brain-Jitsu. Quicker they burst balloon, more time have to pick up number and make sum. Once Brainy are happy with answer, hit gong. First 2 team to work out correct answer get green belts and advance to next level. 1 Brainy from losing team will be eliminated.
The key to success here is for the guider to use the right side of their brain to follow their teammates' progress and give them clear instructions. For their partner, it's vital they use the left side of their brain to focus on these instructions and nothing else.
Forward. Right, left a little bit. Pop. Forward.
First to put their communication training to the test are Zeinab and determined Peter.
Pop.
Given that Zeinab said Peter would go out in this round, how will the two work together as a team? The answer is very well.
Left. Pop.
With Zeinab giving out short, clear instructions and determined Peter jumping higher than a samurai on stilts, the two stop their clock in a pop-tastic 55 seconds.
Brain-Jitsu.
How much time it's earned them to find their numbers, we'll have to wait and see.
Forward. Forward. Pop.
Next up is Desann and Brainy Bethany.
Forward.
It looks like Brainy Bethany's carried on where she left off in her training, using the right side of her brain to give Desann detailed instructions.
Pop. Back. Pop. Forward. Left.
But then Desann's radar goes wrong.
Forward a bit. Pop.
Unable to pop that fifth balloon, the girls are losing valuable time.
Forward a bit. Pop. Right. Pop. Brain-Jitsu.
At last, they stop the clock in 1 minute 18 seconds. A disappointing time given their great start.
Back.
Last to pop are Rikin and Keen Layla, both Brainees in the same role they practiced during training.
Right move. A little bit. Stop. Then right move. Pop!
While not the quickest of starts, the pair's training gradually kicks in, and the two soon find their groove.
Forward. Right. Pop. Forward. Left. Pop. Brain-Jitsu.
Their last balloon pop, the pair stop the clock in a useful 1 minute 4 seconds. As the first to pop all 6 balloons, it's Zeinab and determined Peter who set off first to find their numbers, with the others following in 5-second intervals. Here's what our Brainees are looking for. See if you can work out the sum. Remember, the first 2 teams to work it out will go through to the next level. Rikin and Keen Layla are the first to gong, followed by Desann and Brainy Bethany, with Zeinab and determined Peter bringing up the rear, even though they had more time than the others. But do the numbers add up? 17 plus 7 minus 3 equals 21. That looks good. In fact, all our teams have found the right answer. But as the last to finish, it's Zeinab and determined Peter who now must battle it out to avoid elimination in the...
Stare off.
With just 1 green belt up for grabs, both Brainees must use all their powers of focus to fight the urge to blink. The first to falter will be eliminated. Oh, and it's Peter who's first to go from think to blink. For in the zone Zeinab, the dream of the black belt lives on. But for determined Peter, just as Zeinab predicted, it's time to leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
During the brain training beforehand, some of them said that I wouldn't get through. I was thinking, well, they might be wrong. I'm feeling sorry for myself about being out of Brain-Jitsu, because it would have been better to carry on going.
So with 4 levels to go, it's Bethany, Desann, Layla, Rikin and Zeinab who line up for their green belts.
I was really scared when I knew we had to have that face off. A few seconds later, it was over. I'm like, oh, that was easy.
The fact that I'm the only boy left in the competition is that I feel a bit confident.
I thought I wasn't going to be here for the next round, but I am, and I'm really happy.
Brain-Jitsu.
Level 4. Blue belt.
This 4th level requires our Brainees to master a primitive part of the brain called the amygdala, the area that responds to threat. Remember the last time you felt afraid or panic, eh? Maybe that time you were about to take a really crucial penalty. Well, that feeling was triggered by the old amygdala. Now, stress can make you lose focus, Fact. Which is why my Brainees must train to keep their emotions under control.
Room of mental nourishment.
We're back in the room of mental nourishment, and it's time for our 5 remaining green belt holders to overcome their fear and stay focused.
Brain training. Form a circle. Pass the disgusting drink around the circle, only passing if you have said a different word ending with the letter D. After 1 minute, the brain trainee holding the drink has to drink it.
But drink what? Well, how about a nice glass of cod liver oil?
Bed.
Desann gets the ball rolling.
Bed.
Cod.
And it looks like Rikin can't get the idea of cod out of his head.
Headband.
But of all our Brainees, it's still Rikin who's showing the least hesitation.
Fed.
Fed. Hand.
Lead. Happened.
There's the gong, and it's Zeinab who's left holding the drink of stink.
Drink a sip. Okay. A gulp.
All of us have to do.
All of us have to. Oh my god. That was horrible.
Time for a training tip.
Here's a tip. Concentrate. Try to blank out the time and fear of the drink to avoid panicking.
Try practicing this technique at home. By keeping your emotions under control, it'll help you focus better in situations like exams. Our Brainees have another go.
Heard.
Did.
Keen Layla, though, appears to have gone to pieces.
Oh my god, this is not going well.
Unable to block out those signals coming from her amygdala.
Oh my god. Parties. Don't panic.
Oh dear, Layla's dithering seems to be catching.
Hit it.
There's the gong, and a little unlucky, it's Brainy Bethany who has to knock back the fishy glue.
Ready, okay? Just do it quickly and then drink the water.
I got my word in my head and I was thinking of it even after my go, and then as soon as it comes to me I completely forgot it because the pressure's on you and everyone's looking at you.
Based on that, I think the person that's going to be eliminated is Layla. She panics.
Will In the Zone Zeinab's prediction come true a second time? Or can keen Layla keep her amygdala under control? It's time to find out, as our 5 are challenged to overcome their fears once again.
Creepy crawly word grab.
This level, real test of mind over matter for Brainees, and will push them to really overcome their fear. Underneath the creepy crawlies lie an assortment of letters worth different points. Brainees have just 1 minute to plunge hands into tank and pick out up to 7 letters each. They then have a further minute to make higher scoring word they can.
To do well, my Brainees must block out the signals coming from their amygdala and ignore the creepy crawlies. The quicker they combat their fear, the more time they'll have to pick out the high-scoring letters.
Wow.
Underneath this pile of cockroaches are an extra 5 golden letters. If our Brainees manage to use one in their word, they'll double their score.
I can't do that.
Holy karaoke! It looks like Brainy Bethany has totally forgotten her training.
Why there's one right on top of it?
Don't take it.
If she doesn't start focusing soon, she'll stand no chance.
I can't do this!
While Bethany continues to flap, our other Brainees are getting on with it, ignoring the signals coming from their amygdalas.
5, 6, 7, done. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know.
The minute's up. Our Brainees now have a further minute to make the highest scoring word they can from their letters. Amazingly, for all her outward panic, Bethany still managed to pluck out 6 letters.
If only I had an A.
See if you can make a word from the anagram on the screen now.
I think that's a one.
There's the final gong. How have our Brainees done?
Bye.
That's 8 points for Brainy Bethany. Well done, girl.
Rap.
A terrific 10 for Desann.
Tease.
Layla may think she's made a word, but the she hand doesn't, and so it's 0 points for Layla.
Tail.
4 points for Rapid Rikin.
Hut.
And a respectable 5 points for In the Zone Zeinab. And so it's Keen Layla who must hand over her brain belt and leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
The brain training room helped me to find letters in the Brain-Jitsu challenge. I'm feeling a bit disappointed, but I'm glad I didn't go out earlier.
So, with 3 levels to go, those who use their craniums to conquer the cockroaches are duly rewarded with their blue belts.
Oh, it was horrible. I felt like I was about to cry. They looked so disgusting, all like wriggling about and stuff. It was horrible.
The training helped me because it helped me overcome my fears.
I didn't really mind the cockroaches because at first I thought it was a fall to the top, but it was only little bits around the edges.
I was absolutely not going to play, but I had so determination to do it because I wanted to stay in to try and win, so I did it. I faced my fear.
Brain-Jitsu! Brainy, not so brainy.
Who's the clever clogs and whose brain needs a lot more training? 1903. 2 American brothers, Orville and Wilbur, have a go at flying. Impressed? You should be. Inspired by a toy helicopter made from a few bits of wood and a rubber band, the brothers only went and invented the first passenger plane. Without the Wright brothers, you would never have had this, or this. Thanks, Wright brothers. I'm off to sunny Spain. Now, take a look at these chaps. Every year, they hurl themselves off Bognor Pier. The rules are simple. Fly the furthest and win a cash prize. Come on, son, you can do it. Oh dear, back to the drawing board with you, mate. Brainy, the Wright brothers. Not so brainy, bird-brain-bird-men of Bognor.
Brain-Jitsu!
Tension in Brain-Jitsu dojo mounting. Now, just 4 young hopeful remain to compete under watchful eye of Shihan. Desann, winner of last level. Rapid Rikin.
The fact that I'm the only boy left in the competition is that I feel a bit confident.
Brainy Bethany, first to enter dojo. And In the Zone Zeinab.
Based on that, I think the person that's going to be eliminated is Layla.
Only 2 Brainy will make final showdown. Table of supreme focus. Where must move ball with power of mind. Brain-Jitsu black friend belt is within their grasp. Now is time for level 5. Red belt!
Now, if you're learning how to ride a half-pipe on a BMX bike, then you might be interested to know that your new hobby is doing wonders for your old grey matter, exercising both the thinking part of the brain, the cerebrum, and the doing part, the cerebellum. You see, doing new things increases the flow of blood into your head, which keeps your brain cells topped up with the oxygen they need to perform at their best. So, in level 5, my Brainees are going to be challenged to learn new skills. Now, you can speed up how quickly the brain takes in new stuff. And this is what our Brainees are going to train for now.
Room of mental nourishment.
It's our Brainees' 4th visit to the Room of Mental Nourishment, where they'll be training their brains in how to learn new skills.
Brain training. Spin the drumstick between your fingers for as long as possible.
While most of our Brainees start off slowly, happy to build up their confidence bit by bit,
I can do it really slow.
Rapid Rikin sets off like a bullet train.
Stick's too small.
It's easy to do.
Twirling those drumsticks like a majorette with a fried chicken takeaway.
Show off.
I think I'm the worst at this so far because I can't get hold of it and spin it.
How do I do it?
Oh, time for a training tip.
Tip: be confident in yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you can do it.
I can do it because I can bear it.
I can do it.
I can do it, and I'm going to win that black belt.
It might seem weird telling yourself that you're wonderful, but self-confidence really can help the brain to master new skills. Where the brain's concerned, there's no such word as can't.
I'm the best.
That's the spirit, Bethany.
I can do it better than all of you.
I don't think so.
Go on and try. Go on.
Yay!
And there's your proof that a little self-belief goes a very long way.
I think the tip is really good because it's something that I can really use to help me in activities that I find hard and difficult.
Rikin's going to be out because he's like the only boy left.
Why is it always me that's got to be out?
It's obviously girls are better than boys.
So will Brainy Bethany's confidence help her win that red brain belt? And will rapid Rikin's speed be his downfall? Only time will tell, as our four now put their latest brain training to the test.
Quick, don't drip.
Brainy must use training to keep clear head and steady hand to carry water across obstacle course, spilling as little as possible. There is trampoline to glide over, seesaw to deal with, and stairs to climb. The less water spill, then better score. But blue belt holders also racing against clock, and the faster their time, the more points they can add to their total. Brainy with lower score will be eliminated.
The tip for my Brainees in this next task is to remain calm and think positive thoughts. Giving in to frustration will only lessen their focus and slow them up. The she-hand fills the bowls and the tension begins to mount. But which of our four Brainees will best use their confidence training to master this tricky new skill? Brainy Bethany is first to go, but that's a lot of water gone already. But Bethany's training soon kicks in, the thinking part and the doing part of her brain working well together. A few more precious drops lost on the seesaw. And there's the gong. So, how is she done? Brainees get a point for every unit of water saved, and further bonus points for speed. From 3 points for the quickest Brainee to 0 for the slowest. With 17 units of water left, that's 17 points for Brainy Bethany. But I wonder if she's been fast enough to pick up any bonus points. Next up, it's Desann. Oh, a little spill there right at the start. And a bit more lost on the slalom. But this is a fast showing for the young Brainee. You can really sense her self-belief. Expertly over the seesaw. And Desann reaches the end. But how much liquid has she got left? That's 18 units, better than Bethany and speedy to boot. It's now Rapid Rikin's turn. After his pacey performance in training, will the young Brainee opt for a similar strategy now? The answer's most definitely no. For once, Rikin has opted for the slowly but surely approach. His bowl drier than a throat after an all-day karaoke session. Rikin stops the clock. And that's good enough to earn him the maximum 20 points. But has his steady approach cost him his chance of a bonus? Last to go is In the Zone Zeinab. Will she remember her training and stay positive? Oh, a little leak at the start there. But on the whole, it's a great performance, both fast and steady. One more spillage with the end in sight, but there's the finish line. With 19 units of saved water, has she done enough? Let's find out. With a time of 1 minute 3 seconds, Brainy Bethany had the third fastest time, bringing her 1 bonus point. Added to her 17 points for those 17 units of saved water, that gives her a total of 18. Desann raced round in an extremely fast 35 seconds, quick enough to earn her 2 bonus points to add to her 18 units and a final score of 20. Rapid Rikin was anything but his speedy self. His time was the slowest of the lot, but even though he picks up no bonus points, his 20 units of saved water still gives him a final score of 20. So it all hangs on Zeinab, but with 3 bonus points for the fastest time to add to her 19 units of saved water, her total of 22 is comfortably enough to see her through. Which means it's Brainy Bethany who's eliminated and must leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
I'm feeling very disappointed in myself because I thought I was going to make it to the final, but I didn't. I think Desann's going to win the black belt because she's done very well in her tasks and she's a strong contender.
So with 2 levels to go, that just leaves Desann, Rikin and Zeinab to stand proud in red.
It feels really good to be so far in the competition because I really didn't think I'd get that far, but some of the challenges have been hard and I just had to buckle up and try a lot harder.
Training did teach me to actually be confident. I should have been more confident. Now I will be.
Brain-Jitsu.
Level 6, Roll boat!
It's this level which will decide which 2 of my remaining Brainees will go on to battle it out
For the black belt.
Now, imagine you're a gymnast. Not only do you have your routine to remember, but you've got to keep in time to the music. And you've got a load of people watching you. It's remembering stuff like this under pressure that level 6 is all about. It centres around 3 areas of the brain. The seeing part, the occipital lobes, the memory part, the temporal lobes, and the movement part, the cerebellum. To the max.
Room of mental nourishment.
Our 3 surviving Brainees are back in the room of mental nourishment, this time for some memory training.
Brain training. Memorize the sequence of objects.
Ooh, you could hear a grain of rice drop as our Brainees focus on the objects, their temporal lobes working overtime to remember the right order.
First is a gnome.
In the zone, Zeinab kicks things off.
Sunglasses, then the monster arm, black stick that looks like a wand, and the toilet, a giant comb, rubber chicken, an Eiffel Tower, then a hammer, and a crocodile, a banana, pink lettuce, and then fluffy pigtails like that.
You got them all right.
Yes.
Deep fried dumplings, that's a full house for Zeinab. I don't think this particular Brainee needs a tip, but here's one anyway.
Here's a tip. Create a story linking the objects together. Okay, then so let's rearrange them.
Memory training like this isn't just great for the brain, it's also very useful. Next time you're out shopping, create a story from your list and see if you can remember everything on it.
There was a comb that once met a chicken that was lying on the...
He took the hammer and hit the gnome with it, which then got crushed.
The giant scissors was hungry and ate the banana. Then he was so hungry he went to the cabbage patch.
Our Brainees may be following the tip, but their little story is fast turning into a blockbuster novel.
Fried egg in the toilet.
The monster was angry, so it smashed the gnome with the hammer.
And instead of helping Desann, it just seems to be confusing her.
Can't remember the rest. From the beginning I was really worried because my memory from random orders, from just random things, it's not good.
Just try your best, you can do good if you try.
But I think I won't do too well, but I'll try.
So, will Desann's lack of confidence be a downfall? And will Zeinab, master of memory, be just as impressive when their pressure's really on? Only time will tell as our final 3 put their memory training to the test for one of 2 brown brain belts and a place on the table of supreme focus.
Super Memory Dizzy Dash.
A Brainee is a spin around on dizzy wheel, total of 10 times, while using all of focus to memorize 5 images in front of them. Then must race against clock to cross balancing beam and collect exact opposite of those image from 10 hanging above them. If Brainee remember seeing sun, then must pick moon. When happy they have arranged images in correct order, must hit gong to make clock stop.
My tip for the Brainees is to keep focused on the main objective and use their training to link the 5 images together. So, as our final 3 brave the dizzy wheel, will their memory training help them to remember the images and ignore the effects of being spun round like termites in a tornado? Time to spin. Low in confidence after training, Desann is the first to go. Don't forget, our Brainees must fight their dizziness and pick out the opposite images to the ones they saw on the wheel. So here are the images that Desann saw, and here are the opposites. Has she remembered her training and linked those pictures together? Obviously not, because that black image is one she needs. For every image Desann gets wrong, there's a 5-second penalty. The Brainee with the slowest time will be eliminated from the dojo. There's the gong, and with not many matches, Desann looks understandably worried. Next to spin is Rapid Rikin, who for a moment doesn't appear to know where he is. There's the sun. And the right-sided arrow. So far, so good. Oops, steady there. Don't forget, as well as trying to remember those 5 images, our Brainees are racing against the clock. Rapid Rikin, though, is being anything but rapid. There's the gong, and apart from that cat and pencil, that looks pretty good. But has Rikin been fast enough to see him through? Last to go is in the zone Zeinab, the one Brainee who really excelled in her memory training. But hang on, the only zone Zeinab's in right now is the dizzy zone. Looking as unsteady as an origami giraffe, Zeinab finally struggles to her feet. If she remembers those 5 images now, she'll really have done well. Here's that order again, and it looks like Zeinab is the first to work out that the snail is the opposite of the cheetah. There's the gong, and it looks like a full house, but how much time has Zeinab's wobbly start cost her? With 4 penalties to add to a time of 1 minute 37, Desann finished in 1 minute 57 seconds. Rapid Rikin rang his gong in 1 minute 43 seconds. Add on 2 penalties and that gives him a final time of 1 minute 53. While in the zone Zeinab had no penalties, giving her a time of 1 minute 30. And so by a mere 4 seconds, it's Desann whose journey has finally come to an end.
Walk of eternal regret.
The spinning in the last round shook up my memory a bit. I'm feeling disappointed to be out of Brain-Jitsu because I would have loved to get the black belt, but I'm glad I reached so far.
So with just 1 level to go, that leaves Rikin and Zeinab to don their brown brain belts and prepare for the final showdown.
I feel really confident and I'm not nervous about the table of supreme focus. I definitely think I might be good at it because I really can focus on things I think.
Feels good that I got this band because I thought I was going to get out because one of the images was white and I put a pencil for some reason.
I feel really confident though against Rikin. I definitely think I'm going to beat him.
Brain-Jitsu.
8 young hopeful arrived at Brain Training Dojo to fight for Brain-Jitsu Black Brain Belt. As training got tougher, so Brainee fell by wayside. Some lack focus, others speed. Now just 2 remain. Rapid Rikin, calmly confident throughout.
Feel a bit nervous that I'm going to get eliminated, but I really want that black belt.
And in the zone, Zeinab, winner of last 2 level and flying high.
I feel really confident though against Rikin. I definitely think I'm going to beat him, hopefully.
But who will use brain training to the max to win final challenge? Level 7, black belt!
So, this is it. Between my 2 remaining Brainees and the black belt stands Brain-Jitsu's ultimate challenge. A mental duel that is head-to-head in every sense. The battlefield? A table. But not just any table. For this, my friends, is the table of supreme focus, where our 2 Brainees will attempt to move a ball across the table using only the power of their mind. By getting this far, they've already demonstrated mental control under many different types of pressure. But now, they must learn to focus their minds by entering a state of total calm. To prepare them, my 2 finalists will need to get into the zone.
Room of mental nourishment.
In this, their final visit to the room of mental nourishment, our last 2 Brainees are about to train in how to stay focused no matter what's happening around them.
Brain training. Mentally prepare yourself for the final task. Don't let the sounds put you off.
So, our 2 finalists must block out the noises and concentrate only on finding their focus. While Rikin's method appears to involve eating his way through the noise, it looks like Zeinab's found a way of shutting herself down.
I just tried focusing on one spot, then just tried, every time my mind would go away, I just said, okay, focus on the spot, focus on the spot.
I just eat something and then I just focus on that, so I just focus on something else and forget about the other.
Good thinking, Brainees. Here's another way of keeping focused, courtesy of our training tip.
Here's a tip. Visualize and focus on somewhere you feel happy and calm.
No food for Rikin this time as he concentrates on controlling his breathing, while Zeinab is once again a picture of calm.
I just visualised somewhere like a garden where I was calm to get rid of the sound of the horrible thing, where that was.
I visualised that I was at my baby cousin's house and his laughter is so loud so it blocks out the sound of that creature.
Who do you think is going to win this final challenge? Me?
Okay, then we'll see about that.
With nothing to choose between the pair of them, who will come out on top? In the zone, Zeinab? Or rapid Rikin? Let's find out.
Table of supreme focus.
Rules are simple. Each Brainee must push ball to the opponent's end of table using only power of mind. Sensors in Brainees' headbands measure brainwaves. This is converted into electrical signal, which moves ball. More focused mind, stronger signal, and faster ball will travel. See how Brainees are doing on this readout. 2 lines represent each player's brainwaves. Lower the line, more concentrated their mind.
To make sure this is the test of all tests, our Brainees must win the best of 3 rounds. So, this is the big one. Our 2 finalists must use all their brain training to enter their zone of absolute focus. This is the reason they came to the dojo. This is the moment they've been training for. Zeinab is the first to get the ball rolling. Her lower black line showing that it's she who's focusing the better of the 2. And although Rikin is doing his best to fight back, Zeinab is just too strong, using a new breathing technique to push the ball all the way. It's 1-0 to in the zone Zeinab, and Rikin will have to dig deep and call on all his training if he's to pull himself back into contention. Round 2. once more it's another flying start for Zeinab, her black line again the lower of the two. And this time there's no let up. Zeinab quickly finishing the job. It's all over, and it's Zeinab who's come out on top, using her training to the max to prove herself a true master of the mind and worthy winner of the black belt of Brain-Jitsu.
I'm really, really proud of myself. I never knew I'd actually be able to do it. I'm really proud. I just won, so I'm really lucky.
But glory for one brings disappointment for another, and although he battled valiantly, Rapid Rikin must now leave the dojo.
Walk of eternal regret.
It was fun because you could just move the ball with feel psychic, but if I had the chance to do it again, I would really try to relax more because I wasn't relaxed this time.
What a display of focus from in the zone Zeinab. Always confident, this determined young Brainee refused to buckle under the mental strain. When the pressure was really on, it was Zeinab who was able to call on all her training and grab that black brain belt.
I didn't actually look at the ball, I just looked down, just thought of myself on a cloud, and I didn't want to know whether the ball was going my side or his side. That way I wouldn't keep my concentration on the balls, and I think that's how I won. If I could summarize myself in 3 words, I'd say very, very proud.
Our journey has come to an end. Another Brainee has proven themselves worthy to wear the Brain-Jitsu black belt. But while Brain-Jitsu might represent the most extreme form of brain training, its philosophy can be shared by all. Each and every one of you has it in your power to grow your mind. All it takes is dedication and practice. This has been